Recording in progress.
You all set?
Yep.
Good to go.
Okay. Welcome to the Lunenburg Zoning Board of Appeals. I'm going to tell you how we are going to proceed, but first I have to give you a notification that this hearing is being recorded in accordance with the requirements of the open meeting law. Please be advised that this meeting will be broadcast live through local access cable on Facebook Live on the public access Facebook page and will be able to be found on the Lunenburg Public Access YouTube channel within 24 hours after the meeting. To participate remotely from a computer, go to Zoom Meeting. Computer and app users may use the raise hand feature to request to speak. With that, I'd like to introduce you to the board. To my left is Chris Riley. He's the land use director, but he is filling in for Lisa Normanton tonight. I'm Alfred Gravel, James Bezikowski, Tony Nicastro, Patrick Callahan, and Don Gurney.
Mr. Chair, I believe Brian Gingras, the building commissioner, has graciously offered to attend on Zoom.
Oh, yeah,
if
he's
needed.
on Zoom. Okay, and Brian Gingas on Zoom. Okay, with that, the way the hearing will proceed is Chris will read the application and any other submitted communications. The applicant will have the opportunity for comments on the application or submission of additional documents. Please come forward to the mic and give your name and address. Board members will have the opportunity to ask questions they might have on the application while you're at the mic. There will be a public comment period. If anyone from the public would like to speak, please come forward to the mic, give your name and address, and please address all questions and comments to the board. And with that, I would ask Chris to read the application.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Notice is hereby given that the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on February 26, 2025 at 7 p.m. at the Lunenburg Town Hall, second floor, Joseph Bellato Room, 17 Main Street, Lunenburg, Mass., and available by Zoom. The Lunenburg Zoning Board will hear the petition of Heidi Sokolowski. Oh, good, I got it right. 135 Highland Street, Lunenburg, Mass. 01462. The property, which is the subject of this case, is located in 135 Highland Street, Lunenburg, Mass. 01462, and owned by MCM State Realty Trust, care of Margaret McLean, 605 Oaks Boulevard, San Leandro, California, 94577. Assessors map 52, parcel 1. The petitioner is seeking a special permit for an extension of the 2-year time frame for reconstruction of a non-conforming structure. The construction has not reached substantial completion at this time, as the extension expired on October 5th, 2024. The Zoning Board of Appeals will consider authorizing the special permit. If you wish to appear in support or in opposition to the petition, you may do so in person by agent or by attorney. Copies of the application were available to be inspected in the town clerk's office or the zoning board office during normal business hours. Alfred G. Gravel, Chairman.
Thank you. Okay. With that, I would now invite the applicant to come up if you would like.
Gravel? Gravel.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, I'm Heidi Sokolowski, and I resided at 135 Highland Street. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for working, in case no one says thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so you're here tonight because you went over the 2-year, and as we read in the first meeting, that special permit's only good for 2 years unless substantial construction has begun.
Yes, sir.
And that ran out on October 5th,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. And also on Zoom, I have from MCM Realty is Margaret. So she is my trustee. She's on there. My contractor should be on there. And also, I believe my architect is trying to log in,
Okay.
just in case.
Was the original house, did you have a fire? Is that what it was?
Yes, yes. I had a house fire, and it just kind of like went through like a Chinese dragon, unfortunately. And it needed to be torn down and rebuilt. So that's what we're doing. But unfortunately, I had a hard time getting a contractor in the very beginning. My contractor that I originally picked was conflicting with his partner, and it was a lot. But I do have a great contractor now, and they have been, moving right along up until the point where we had to stop because the permit needed to be renewed.
Okay, all right.
But in the meantime, I've kept up the property, I've maintained the grass, and anything that needs to be done to the property, even though I'm not able to live there, I've made sure that I've maintained and, made the neighborhood still look the best I can, considering.
Okay, and I believe you've put in a septic system?
I
New
did,
septic
yes.
system?
Even before they asked me to, I took the old one out and I had a new one put in,
Okay.
yes.
And the house is framed? Is that what?
It is, yes. So it has a roof on, it's framed, it has some of the windows in, the doors, some of the doors are on the property. We had a hard time with the windows because the windows came in wrong 2 times from the manufacturer. So we had a little delay there, but yeah, it's coming along, it looks beautiful.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to open it up to the board if they have any questions or if Brian has anything he would like to add.
I don't have any questions or comments.
Brian does have his hand raised, so I'll turn it over to you, Brian.
Good evening. Actually, there was no initial special permit received, so it's not really an extension of special permit. They exceeded the 2-year window to reconstruct a non-conforming structure that was damaged by fire. So this is actually now for an extension of that time period, but not an extension of a special permit.
Okay.
What that means.
That's okay. Any other questions from the board?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
What's that?
No questions.
No questions?
No.
No questions? No questions. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, let me see if I can.
Any other comments from the public?
Yeah.
If the stores, there are no public.
I think we have a couple.
Yeah,
people.
well, we know, there is one. So would you like to speak? Is anybody from the public or anybody on Zoom at all?
I do have one hand raised on Zoom. So, John Bone, if you'd like to take the floor, it's yours.
Fantastic. So I live at 162 Island Street here with my wife and my son. Heidi's been our neighbor for 5 years. I just want to say that, the process has been arduous over there. The septic system took a little bit of time. They had some issues with machinery trying to get up that hill. It took some extra time on that property. But I know myself and a lot of our neighbors around us, the majority are very supporting of the direction that she's taken with the property. She hired an architect. I've seen the plans. I think it looks fantastic. They really went out of their way to be able to make sure that, it was all up to date and all taken care of. And, the radon testing is done. I know she had some issues with that because we're neighbors and we had talked about that, and that's been resolved. And, like I said, it's been coming along, but, the law is the law. And, they stopped working when it was time to stop working. The delays, with windows and stuff like that, we know how that works, you know what I mean? But I think for the most part, most of the neighbors here are very, very supporting of what she's been doing there. And the direction that she's been taking has been quite the tragedy, having a young daughter and, having to live away. But the property has always been maintained. There's always a landscaper over there all summer long. The driveway's always been plowed. It's always been cleared out. It's never looked overgrown or anything like that. Any concerns any neighbors had, I can almost assure you that, Heidi has addressed those because that's just the person that she is. So I just wanted to support that and let you know that, I think it's a great idea that we extend this so that, her and her daughter can get back moving in and actually have a home finally instead of, couch surfing to be able to, it's difficult for a young girl at 12 years old to be couch surfing for a year and a half. So be nice to be able to get her back in there this year. It'd be fantastic. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any comments? And there's one person in there.
He's here for support.
Yeah, come to the mic, give your name and address, please.
Pastor Dale Prue, 138 Beale Street, Lunenburg. So pastor at Pilgrim Covenant Church. So Heidi and I came to know each other when she had the house fire. So as a church in the community, we will reach out to people and just try to be supportive, especially if people are going through a hardship. But I've maintained a supportive relationship with Heidi since then. And so I've been very struck by how capable she is as a person, conscientious, just really a high quality person. So there's been a number of challenges that have come up all along for her, which she has persisted. And so just myself and my church, Pilgrim Covenant Church, we have been in a supportive relationship with Heidi for the last 2.5 years. So some of those supports we give is we pray for people. And so we've been praying for God's favor for her in the rebuilding of her house. And I've had several groups praying for your favor with this permit request for her for this evening. So just in our capacity, in our community, in the work that we're trying to do, we just highly commend her to you as someone to support and to work with to help her bring this to a successful conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have anything to add?
No?
Okay. Nobody else on Zoom?
If anyone on Zoom has anything to say, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, I see everyone seems to have themselves muted. So I think we're good.
We're good. Okay. With that, then, if there is no more questions from the board, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the extension or grant an extension for another 2 years.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 And aye. And with that, I do have a post decision I have to read for a special permit. Special permit is granted with the contingency that the petitioners comply with all licenses, regulations, statutes, ordinances of any and all applicable local, state, and federal boards or agencies with jurisdiction over the premises. The special permit is subject to periodic review by the permit granting authority or the enforcement officer to ensure compliance with any conditions. Non-compliance with such conditions may result in revocation. A copy of the board's decision shall be filed with the town clerk within 14 days. Any party aggrieved by the board decision may appeal to Superior Court 20 days after the decision is filed with the town clerk. After certification by the town clerk that 20 days have elapsed since the decision was filed, you should have it recorded in the Registry of Deeds. No special permit shall take effect until it has been recorded, and special permits shall lapse within 2 years unless substantial use of construction has commenced. With that, good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Look.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's,
Have a good night.
if there's nothing else before the board, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second?
Motion to adjourn, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye. All right. With that, that's it for tonight. Thank you.
That's taking care of business.
Recording stopped.
Guys are